from 3 or 0 to 30K, 20 to 30K, a lot of times there's just one big problem that's holding them back from that. Sales page that you did with the car wheels, because I do think, from 3 or 0 to 30K, 20 to 30K, a lot of times it's just like there's just one big problem that's holding them back from that. I've even seen it with clients where it's like the only thing holding them back is it's just closing problem, or it's just an outbound DM frequency problem. Right? It could be like one problem that gets you to 30K a month. Whereas above 30K, 50K, even 100K a month, it becomes very much, it could be quality, it could be like multiple problems, different bottlenecks. But yeah, 0 to 30K to do more and sometimes even to do better, because like sometimes you could just, if you book 10 calls a week and you can't close one, then you probably just need to be better at sales, right? So it's like
there's a good transition to my tip. We can do this. I'll do one, you do one, and then we can go like that. I think it's fun. So one tip, one thing I believe everybody would benefit a lot is coming up with analogies that allow you to address objections. Analogies that allow you to address objections. So I'll tell you one objection that we get often. It's outbound DMs hurts the brand. If I do DMs, I'm going to hurt my brand. That's common. So I thought, what is one way I can break this belief so that they wouldn't have it? And if I said it, it just didn't have power. But once I came up with an analogy, people understood it. So the way I thought about this, it's, let's say you need milk. So you go to Walmart. Like, have you ever gone to Walmart, Marcos, and you're like, you know that the clerks know exactly where what you want is, but you instead spend and waste 10 minutes of your life wandering instead of simply, asking them where the milk is? Like, I do that all the time. I don't know if you do that.
My girlfriend wants to kill me every time I do it. She's like, just ask. I'm like, no.
Things from the Russians. Yeah, no, man. I can't do it, baby. I got to figure it out.
Must figure out the problem.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, I do that all the time. Well, sometimes in restaurants, right? So if I order pasta and I want to eat pasta, but that night they bring me steak, I'm like, I'm not going to change it because I'm shy. I'm just going to be like, well, fuck it. I'm eating steak tonight. Like, that's just how it is. Right? But back to the Walmart example. Like, let's say if the clerk didn't approach you, you were going to waste minutes of your time. Whereas if they approach you and you're like, hey, can I help you with anything? That's like 100% chance that you're going to ask, oh, yeah, actually, where's the milk? Did you think of the clerk as lazy? No. Did you think less of the Walmart brand because he approached you? No. So why would outbound DMs to people who already follow you be any different? You're better than all of your followers at something. They follow you for a reason. So why not ask, do you want help? Because some people are just too afraid to ask. I find that when I tell this story, right? When I tell that, people go, oh, that makes sense, right? There's another one I have right here on the document. Let's see. Yeah, Jordan-Pippen. So for example, I say that we get very caught up in, what do I do? Sometimes you're like, I'm in the wrong business model and you want to change stuff and you're so stressed and you want to try different offer suites and ways to get clients. Whereas I believe that there's only two things you can tweak. And it's you either tweak the Jordan of your business or you tweak the Pippen of your business. How does that work? Pippen is the playmaker. He creates the thing. So he will pass it the ball, he'll alley-oop. That's content. That's you creating possibilities for scoring, but it's not scoring itself. Whereas Jordan is the one who scores. It's the DMs, right? So when you look at that, when you look at your game, and it's like, I want to score right now. What am I missing? Am I missing plays in which content, you can create more content, make more videos, something that will make people like it and be like, I'm interested in this? Or you can take the Jordan thing, which is, I already have the content. I already have a lot of people engaging with it. I can just, send more DMs and score more because the play is already created. So when I show that image, people go, oh, I'm missing here, I'm missing there. That's another analogy that's really useful because you can only tweak two things. It also works with cold and hot water. So you're in the shower and you want the temperature you want. Well, there's only two things to tweak. You either make it colder or you make it hotter. Like that's all you can do, right? So it's like, which of the two levers are you missing? And if you focus on that, that kind of helps me take clients' attention and focusing on the right things. That's another one. And the third one, to bring it full circle to what you said about the car, it's I feel like in a coaching business, in order to get to 30K a month, there's really 4 things you can focus on. It's either, get more followers so you can message more people. You get lead flow up so you get them on the calls. You get more buyers, which is working your offer on the calls, and more repeat buyers, people who stay. And I used to have these 4 mechanisms. I could never make it 3. And the coaching program I'm in, they told me, make it 3 because it's easier to remember. But I just couldn't. I just no, all 4 are important. So I thought about, what if we show it as a car? So I say car, it has 4 tires in which each is followers, leads, buyers, and repeat buyers. And what I do on the sales skills, when I made my sales team buy a fucking iPad for this. I want you guys to take the car and paint the wheels. This one is red. This one is green. This one's green. This one's green. So we tell people, this is what you're missing, and this is why your business is not growing, because you're not focusing on the bad tire. If you get a flat tire, you're not going to change the good tire. You're going to change the flat one. Changing the good tire does nothing. If you have a bunch of followers but no leads, then getting more followers will change nothing. You got to focus on the lead flow. And it allows me to focus the prospect's attention into the actual issue. So I feel like everybody who's kind of struggling right now with making prospects see the value of your offer, or you get too many objections and you're like, you see it and to you it's obvious, but they don't see it. I would say come up with an analogy that allows you to explain it, and that will kind of position the prospect in the same perspective as you, and you will be able to close more deals because you explained it in a way that's coherent and makes sense to them. So analogies is huge in my business, and I do it all the time. And I think everybody could benefit from it.